Welcome back. Hey, it's Mallory back with another Videos by Mallory. Today we're going to continue on in Chapter 12, which is health and specifically medical research. What we'll be covering in this specific video is drug interaction models. So let's start a little bit about the basics of what drug-to-drug interaction is and the technology behind it. Interaction is a modification of the effect of a drug when administered on another drug. So how does one affect the other? The effects may be an increase or decrease in the action of either of the substances, or it may have an adverse effect that is not normally associated with either drug. The particular interaction may be the result of a chemical or physical incompatibility of the two drugs, or a change in the rate of absorption or the quantity absorbed in the body. Other reasons include the binding ability of either drug or an alteration in the ability of the receptor sites and cell membranes to bind either drug. So that's a little bit about the background of the science behind it, and now we're going to talk about the technology behind it. So just to reiterate, drug-to-drug interactions, they can have adverse effects or none effects at all or positive effects. So technology needs to be incorporated to see how the drugs will react to each other before they're combined in use. We're going to talk about the BELGIUM team in 1 second, but models of the human body offer safer and more ethical alternatives than testing on animals or humans. We're going to talk a little bit about the social ethical issues in the next slide, but the first example I want to talk about is a BELGIUM team who created a computer model to analyze the effect of cerebral palsy on patients' bodies and plan effective treatment. Also, a London team that modeled brain aneurysms. Another British team created a model of the heart, complete with valves and blood flow, in order to test the effects of drugs designed to combat heart disease. To help find the right combination of antiretroviral drugs for HIV patients, which often requires a lot of trial and error, the HIV Response Database Initiative developed a computer model based on the treatment of 60,000 HIV patients. So there's about 5 examples of how technology is being incorporated in different research teams to work on these drug interaction models. So all of these models allow for correct treatment plans to be found rapidly and to find cures and possible outcomes to different diseases and drug interactions. They're much safer with a human body model instead of a real human body or an animal, which can provide social ethical issues. A model is 100% ethically secure as it is not harming any living beings. Plans incorporated with the drug interaction models because the future is so bright for this technology to develop. In the future, these computer models can be custom. They want to be able to customize these computer models with individual patients' traits. So through this, we can see a individualization, a specialization of the different traits that are needed, so they can best predict the outcomes. These can include medical history, age, and even the genetic data. So this customization would allow doctors to plan and test more accurate and effective treatments at different times. The computer models may also have a benefit of reproducing the need for human, a less need for human and animal drug trials, which again, as I said before, have ethical implications. The next social ethical issue I want to discuss on before we wrap up is just reliability. With technology, there's always this sense of reliability that comes about because computers aren't foolproof and neither are humans. So one main aspect to look at in the drug interaction models is that they are developing technologically and there's a lot of future plans, but they're still not 100% foolproof. So there is a reliability ethical dilemma that comes about with that. They're not 100% accurate, but they can reduce the number of such trials of the human and animal trials, but they won't reduce them 100% because just direct human and animal actual testing is, in the end, foolproof. So overall, the drug interaction models, there's many different teams who are working on different ways to have a safer, more ethical alternative to testing on drugs on animals and humans. And through this, we can see the different interactions of the drugs and see how different databases are combining genetic material to best suit the needs of their patients and come up with a real alternative to the traditional way of dealing with testing of drugs.